What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to, I guess I should say, Upshift Exotics. It's been a minute and I'm gonna catch you up on everything that's been going on in the last 12 to 14 months. So here we go. Okay, so to start things off, I'm here in, I guess it's my office. It used to be a fully functioning office until I actually have one I go to now. But right now, this is actually my flight simulator that I put together about a year ago. So a lot has changed since I've been here and uploaded a full-length YouTube video. I'm gonna catch you guys up to where we're at now. A lot has happened. So where we left off was I just sold the Audi R8, got rid of all of the sports cars that I had, the Porsche, the Audi, and have a Ford F-150 now. My wife still has her Mercedes that we got for her, which is on an older video that I surprised her with that car. Not much has changed with the automotive side of things, but a lot has changed with other forms of transportation. So the last video that I put up had to do with helicopters. We were flying helicopters. We did that for about a month and a half to 2 months. We were in flight school. I always knew I wanted to do something in aviation. I always had the vision to do something with airplanes. But I thought, you know what, let's see what this helicopter thing is all about. After doing that for about 6 to 8 weeks, I realized very quickly that it just didn't fit the mission. The mission profile was to be able to fly faster, fly further, and get places being cost effective to the business or to family. So for pleasure and for business purposes. And helicopters just don't really fit that bill very well. They're very expensive to maintain, they're very expensive to fly, they drink a ton of fuel, and you really can't get into a helicopter that holds a lot of people for under $1 million. After about 6 to 8 weeks in helicopter school, my wife and I decided to transition over to airplanes, where I got her first discovery flight, and she was sold on airplanes. So we started flight school in McKinney, Texas, at a small school called Four Winds Aviation, so big shout out to you guys. They're a Part 61 school, and they were able to really work with us on our schedule, being business owners, and just flying when we needed to, due to how busy we were with the business. And I got my FAA private pilot written exam done. They also call that the knowledge test. So I finished that back in December. I flew a Piper Cherokee Warrior, and I ended up doing my first solo flight on January 5th, 2023, which I'm going to show. Closing in on 50. Power idle. There we go. Touchdown. Alright, so how about that? January 5th, 2023, I soloed, I flew for the very first time all by myself. I got to log pilot in command time, and I got the back of my shirt cut off, which is kind of what they do in aviation. It's a tradition. It goes all the way back to, I believe it's before World War II, but it's quite an old tradition. But this is the shirt, so my instructor, Matt, drew on it. That is what this looks like. It's the airplane I flew, the date, and the airport, which was Sherman, Texas. So that is that. After that, I ended up switching flight schools to just fit the mission profile better. They had better equipped aircraft. They were Cessna 172s, which are the most popular general aviation aircraft in the world. They're extremely safe and easy to fly. So I switched over to a great school called Airplanes and Attitude. On February 9th, I soloed in the Cessna. So the reason I had to solo again was because I had soloed in the Piper, so I was endorsed to fly a Piper Cherokee Warrior by myself. As a student, you have to be endorsed to fly that specific make and model. Because I switched schools and switched aircraft, I ended up flying a Cessna, I had to basically get signed off in the Cessna 172. It didn't take but a month, really about 3 weeks, and I was signed off in the Cessna. And on January 9th, I ended up soloing in McKinney, Texas at the McKinney Regional Airport, and this is what my instructor Francisco put on my shirt. Still got to cut this one up so I can get it framed. But I was then signed off to fly a Cessna 172 by myself. Now after that, the training really picked up. Things got super intense. I got the last 2 weeks, I was flying 3 to 4 times a week. I was doing checkout flights. I was studying. If you're a pilot out there, you know how much you have to study and prepare for what's called the check ride, which is where if you're not in aviation, you get in front of an FAA representative. They will question you. They'll interview you, ask you a series of questions for up to 2.5 hours, and then you have to go fly with them. And they're the ones that are going to say, "Congratulations," or "I'm sorry, but you need to come back and see me again. You just didn't make the cut." So that is a very stressful situation, and every pilot has to go through that. And I just had my check ride this last Tuesday, March 28th, in which it still hasn't set in yet, but I can say that I have received my pilot's license. Now this is my temporary airman certificate, which they'll mail me my actual hard card, like a driver's license, but for an airplane, and that's coming in the mail. So I am officially a pilot, guys. Like, it's crazy. I gave up YouTube for a year. I focused on my business. I literally gave 1,000%. I've never focused so hard on something in my life. I put everything I had into this, and I achieved it. It is something that is a real big daunting task, and a lot of people start flight school, they don't finish because it is so much information to consume. And that's just the beginning. When you get your pilot's license, they say that's your license to learn, because the journey just begins, but at least you got the big one over, and that is your private pilot license. So I'm officially a private pilot. I can fly privately, I can fly my family around, I can fly to go open up new shape locations. My wife and I, we just went on our first date night last night. We flew up to Oklahoma, watched the sunset, flew back. So just an incredible experience. It's such a cool thing, and I want to take you guys along with me on this journey. So we're going to be just documenting our travels, documenting our flights. When my wife and I fly somewhere, whether it be for work, whether it be for pleasure, we're going to put a GoPro in the cockpit, take you guys along, and show you guys what it's about to fly private, and to just show the world of aviation, because it's a world that is available to only a few, and I want to take you guys, show you guys what the world looks like when you're able to travel places faster, cheaper, and see incredible views from the sky that not many people get to see on a day-to-day basis. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Welcome to the new channel, and let's go on lots of adventures together. We'll see you next time.